Alright, is this thing running? Are we streaming? I think we're live. Alright, cool. I'll just sip my coffee for a minute and let some people join the live stream here. Got some Pete's decaf. Pete's, holler at your boy. I'll sponsor. Or rather, I would let you sponsor. I joke. Anyway, I got my sugar-free Kool-Aid. All right. What do we got? We got any viewers? Hang on. I gotta be able to see here. Okay, we got a couple. Just checking. Still streamlining my live stream. All right. Hey there. Welcome to Full Melt Extractions. I'm David, and if you're a solventless extractor or you'd like to learn to be one, I'm here to help you gain the knowledge you need to elevate your craft to the next level. And tonight I'm here to live stream and do a little dab sesh with y'all. So, as you can see, we got some lovely hash here. Sorry my lighting setup could be better. I got literally one light here, so I'm operating with only a key light. So you're going to have to tolerate here. But as you can see, could do the blizzard flip. We got some good resin here that has been out of the freezer not really even that long. Okay, but as you can see, or well, maybe you can't see that well because of the lighting, but oh man, gotta have a dab of that here in just a second. All right, let's roll. We're gonna get a look here at the banger. Let's see here. Okay. Hopefully the bottom of that is in focus pretty well. We're going to be using my favorite scoop tool here. And right here is where what I would say, for the most part, this is kind of a full spectrum, or at least a full spectrum gold grade product. But I'm going to try and go in on about a 0.1 dab of it. Not going too hard right off the bat. Maybe a little over 0.1, but I'm going to try to keep it right around there. And we can see when this melts, how much it melts. And pretty much this jar of hash, I'd say, is right around 5 stars. Maybe a tad bit over 5 stars. I don't know if it's 5.5. 5.25? I don't know. It's not bad. Let's check the melt. That's just delectable. Got a sweet thing going on. Like all these sugar canes, or most of them, seem to have a baked goods sort of thing going on. But as you can see here, you can see better if I had a better lighting setup. But as you can see here, that's very little solid residue there, mostly liquid, and there's a few little granules here and there. It's enough to just start making kind of a track around with the terp pearl there, and that's roughly where 5 star begins to me, or maybe a little above 5, a little over 5, but definitely not 6. I'd say it's definitely in the 5 to 6 star range, though. Fully dabbable, full melt hash. So let's go ahead and do my method for cleanup for full melt, because you got those solid pieces, so you want to get those out. So I take a little alcohol on just a little piece of paper towel here, and just go like that. Take the sharp end of our dabber and just kind of work that around and get this, and with the alcohol on that piece of paper towel, that's going to grab our little solid chunks. Now we can go in with a nice dry clean paste towel. Or actually, with this kind of melt, we don't even need that. We can just go in with a Q-tip. And really there's not that much left now. We'll go in with a dry Q-tip to get any remaining residue. No, I haven't. I've been wanting to try Piatelitech, honestly. But as you can see, now we're getting very little on the end of our Q-tip. Clean things pretty well, but you want to make sure you get all the alcohol evaporated before you take your next dab. But as you can see, that's nice and clean. The terp pearl's clean. Banger's clean. So relatively easy cleanup with that high melt hash. How about you? Have you had any experience doing the Piatelitech? Alright, let's give it just a minute before the next dab here. We're just going to put it back up, roughly speaking. Make sure we're good. One camera setup here, so sorry, bear with me. Alright. I need to be able to like monitor my live chat on my phone, but I can't get on there. Actually, yeah, I can get on there. I can just use my girlfriend's account. And I can monitor the live chat from there. Okay. Okay. Anyway, now I can see the live chat. Oh, so go ahead and leave down in the chat what y'all are puffing on right now. Looks like we got 6 of you in there. So, how you guys doing today? So we got that we already dabbed. Now we got some more stuff in that same batch, but this is wash 3. Let's take a look at that. Is that kind of greased to the point of where it... Yeah, it's pretty much doing the blizzard flip thing as well. Nice grease tash. That's from the 3rd wash. 159 through 73. Oh goodness. Hang on, there was a hair there. I think it was on my hand. Not good. No bueno. We do not like hairs near our hash. So, and then we also got, I kind of wanted to show you guys some real low melt, or not really low melt, but for, you know, on the bottom end of what could be considered maybe full melt. This is my wash 4. And see this still greasing up in the jar. Do I have a, I feel like I have a hair hanging off my hand, but I don't know. But yeah, see if I can get this to, yeah, it's totally greased into the jar too. There we go, and that's even a 4th wash. Let's go in on a dab of this in a minute because I want to show you. This is going to have a bit less melt. There's a little more contaminant to it, but it's still going to melt. And so you'll see, you know, down to the 4th wash at least, you can still get some resin that, you know, you can dab in a pinch. It's definitely not ideal beautifulness like these, you know, 1st, 2nd wash full melts and stuff. But let's go in on one. Heck yeah, man! I'm really looking forward to you possibly posting, or at least shoot me a message and tell me, or a comment and tell me how that Piatella went. Hey, how's it going, Garage Grow Show? John Oliver. That would be super awesome if that was actually John Oliver tuning into my show. I mean, I like John Oliver. He's a pretty good dude. I like him. He seems like an awesome guy. All right, so let's here. We're gonna try and go in on this 4th wash, just so you can see a hash that still probably can be dabbed. You know, depending on what your definition of can be dabbed is. But there we go. But hang on. Let me get, there we go. Sharpen that image up a little bit. All right, so we're gonna try and go in on a nice dab about, you know, I'm gonna say a 0.15. We're gonna go in a little fatter than we did on that last one. So like I said, there's more contaminant to this. So, you know, to get the same dab, you gotta do a little more dab. If that makes any sense. What do we got here? There's that. Let's... Still a decent amount of melt. But as you can see, the residue starts to pile up in places, you know. Instead of just the terp pearl kind of beating a track around where you see like a circle, the residue kind of builds up in spots. So, but yeah, that's definitely like, that's in the 4-star range, I would say, you know. Definitely not what they'd call true full melt, but on the verge of it. Oh, goodness. So that's going to take a little more cleanup. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Just a second. It's always important to clean up your banger like right away. Stuff will get chazzed, even at low temps. You know, you leave stuff in there, it's going to get chazzed out. And no one likes a chazzed banger. And if you do, I don't understand you, sir. All right. That should be a t-shirt, right? Should I make that? No one likes a chazzed banger. I don't know if any of you might have saw my Instagram post. I got a new logo for FMX. I was actually thinking about possibly making a t-shirt out of. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. Actually, that just took a couple of those chunks of paper towel. And that's really clean. As you can see, I got some good clear domes out of it. You know, there was a lot of melt. I think, you know, that's well worth dabbing, you know. It really didn't hardly take me any more cleanup. It might have been even easier cleanup than the last one, even though that last one had less residue. But this time I kind of just went in hard with 2 alcohol towels instead of just trying to finesse it with one. So, but yeah, as you can see now, this is my dry Q-tip and virtually nothing left to pick up. Nice clean banger. Terp pearl's pretty clean still. So, all right. Oh, something like that. All right. Gotta check make sure I didn't put the angle up too high. Okay, we're good. All right. Oh man, this Pete's coffee is good. Can't do caffeine anymore. It really made my tinnitus kick up, but I still drink the decaf. I like the flavor. Get just an teensy bit of caffeine in them. But anyway, so I got this cheap ass little rig, but I got the E-nail with the, you know, and the quartz spinner banger, which really makes it, you know, something worth hitting on. But you know, I've got a recycler from Fat Ass Glass that's coming in the mail, and I also ordered, I don't know if you guys are familiar with High Five, but it's actually the place I got this E-nail from. Oh gosh, I want to say 2016, 9 years ago I bought that thing. I could go back and look on my old channel, honestly, and see almost the date, because I posted a review of it. But yeah, I've had that thing for a long time. It's been reliable. The coils, you know, they go out eventually, especially, you know, if you move them around a lot, and eventually the wiring in there is going to get messed up. But I had to replace a coil. But yeah, that E-nail has been good for a long, long time. So I ordered the Duo from High Five, which is kind of, it's their version of the Puffco Peak. A lot of you guys might already have seen people hitting this thing. But it's cool. It has the LED lighting and, you know, mood lighting and all that kind of bells and whistles and stuff. I'm excited to give it a try. I'll definitely be posting some live streams with that, and the Fat Ass Glass 6-inch recycler, which I don't know the quality on that. I think it's probably at least better than this, because this thing is kind of, honestly, as far as the percolation and stuff and the action of this thing, it's kind of garbo, to be honest. But it's a straight tube that gets the job done with my E-banger, and, you know, lets me take low temp nail hits. So hey. Stuff's so good. So I also have, I already hit most of the rosin, but you can see, I think you can see, that's like basically some fresh press. I pressed that fresh on the hair straightener and then just stuck it in the freezer, and it has maintained that just super clear, gooey, fresh press look. And that's off of my fire, not my fire, I wouldn't press my full melt, my best of the best full melt, but the next grade down from that, that's like, I just had a little bit of like the early wash 45 and stuff like that. And this stuff is nice, but I don't know, some of you guys might already see my video talking about full melt and rosin, and you know why I think full melt is better than Percy rosin. You know, the real Percy's is this. That's the real Percy's right there. It's full melt hash for me. This is nice. I'll never ever complain about dabbing this. Okay? I really won't, but this is the real Percy's. So this is the stuff that you hoard to yourself, and you know, I don't know. I try not to hoard things to myself. I try to be pretty generous with friends and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like, man, when you're running low on full melt and you're still waiting to make another batch and maybe have some growing or whatever, yeah, it just sucks to run out. But yeah, no big deal. I can always, you know, there's another form of extraction that I love, and that's I grab my bubbler and I grind up a little, and I put a little solid chunk in the bottom, load a nice bowl in the bub, and I vape that with the heat gun. So, you know, that's one of my favorite methods of extraction, actually, and people don't really regard it as a method of extraction, which is vaporization. So hopefully this live stream's still going, because like oh, okay, yeah, it is. It's just, okay, I'm just having technical issues on this end, at least from, okay, but it might still all be recording and streaming. I'm hoping it is. Yeah, I honestly, high five, whoever said high fives are about 200 retail. Yeah, I got it for like 150 if you're talking about the Duo. If you're talking about this e-nail, they might be 200 now. Almost 10 years ago when I bought it, it was like, I think 120 delivered with the e-nail, the coil, and all that. But anyway, guys, I guess I'll send this one out with one more dab. Have I hit everything here? Did I hit the wash 3? I haven't hit the wash 2. I haven't hit the, which is basically, this is my top quality gold grade full spectrum from this particular batch. I just dropped everything down from the 159 through the 73 because I knew I was getting beautiful heads in all of it, and I didn't have that much yield, because, you know, it yielded okay. It's nice, you know, a little on the high side of average, but it was not that big of a batch either. So, you know, being that I had limited yield from it, and I knew this, I just decided to drop this stuff together in the second wash, and I actually combined it in the first because there just wasn't enough of each one to really justify keeping them separate. But I prefer to keep them separate when I can. Whenever I'm yielding hot or I got a lot to run, I'm definitely keeping my bags separate, at least 120, 90, 73, you know. I can go down and do a 45-25 to just kind of make all the rosinables into one and kind of improve what the 25 will produce. A lot of people really diss hard on the 25, but sorry, I'm not just sitting here staring at the ground, not staring at the camera, but streaming, I'm not used to it yet. But anyway, yeah, the 25 actually can produce some pretty decent rosin. You can't let it sit too long and dry, because it's more contaminant, less volatiles, and you want to preserve those, so you got to granulate it really well and just get to it within about the first 12 hours. And then you're going to produce some decent rosin out of your 25, at least if you're running fresh frozen most of the time. So I actually put a poll on the channel a little while ago. I don't know if you joined in on that, but most people were guessing that my 25 rosin was from like Percy rosin, early wash Percy hash. And yeah, that was just from dark green, like black, 25 micron, 5th wash hash. So yeah. Oh shit, I'm about to go in and I wasn't, okay, hang on. I want y'all to be able to see this. My bad. Okay. There we are. There we go. Okay. Let's do this. Smooth and delicious. This is definitely the top hash from this batch. So smooth. Wow. All right, let's take a look. Let's see what we can see down there. Now this is a true 5-star. See, you get into more where there's like just little spots throughout the bowl. It's not like you have a track where the Turk Pearl ran around. It's just kind of spreading everything out evenly because there's really not that much contaminant to spread out. That's a nice clean melt there. Okay. That's about a good solid 5 stars, maybe even approaching 5.5. Yeah, I'd say that probably is, if not 5.5, knocking on the door of 5.5. Now, hardly grabbed any solid matter because there just really wasn't that much. But there was just, there's a few flecks on there, but not too much. Now we're going to go with the Q-tip. Still grabbing a little bit, but yeah, pretty damn clean. Get in there. I'm really a stickler about keeping my banger clean from dab to dab. Makes a huge difference, and then, if you pay just a little less attention to it, a dozen dabs down the line, you pull that coil off, and there's going to be a lot of dark stains on that banger. Might not be chazzed, but it'll be on the road to chazzed. Let's go one more here just to make sure we're okay. Okay. Let any last remaining stuff just evaporate away. Right about like that. Let me check the angle. Is this green screen? I don't want to go above the green screen. That seems okay. That seems okay. Okay. Oh man. So I'm going to check the chat here for a second. Yeah, I've tried a bigger marble, and I have one. I have one over in the other room. Sometimes I actually do use it for that reason, but for some reason I like the way this thing spins the smaller marble. I like to put 2 in there, but then also that makes it more of a pain for the cleaning, and yeah. Dabbing some jam, live hash rosin. Oh, hell yeah. Well, hey. If at first you don't succeed, try again. You'll get diamonds one of these days. Cheap e-nail's worth of shit. I'll say this one's worth of shit. It's a cheap e-nail. I think they still sell the thing. I could be wrong there, but it's gotten me. I don't know, man. It's the e-nail that I've used. So maybe it's a fucking total piece of shit. I guess that's probably not YouTube friendly, but neither is taking dabs on camera, right? But yeah. It seems fine to me. It seems to keep an even temperature. I get good dabs that I like, that I can't get with heating some other way. I'm excited to try that duo from High Five here soon. I'm going to get it in the mail, and you will definitely be seeing it. Okay, let's see. Yeah. I got a cut of crushed cherries that has excellent berry. Oh, I love berry. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got access to a cut of kosher tangy or I'm not sure that it is, but it may be. It's just, you know, my brother had gotten some seeds, and, you know, one of them was supposed to be LA Confidential, and that was not LA. It was like a haze type thing. But in any case, yeah, the berry tasting ones, man, I love them. I love them. Fresh frozen or half dry for yield. Oh man, you know, I should do a comparison. Next time I have 2 plants of the same, I'm gonna try them. My ADHD brain, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna try my best to remember, or maybe someone pester me with a comment as well, a comment or 5, to do a test. 3 to 5 days dried, fresh frozen, strictly yield with the same type of agitation, same everything. Yeah, that'd be a good comparison. I can't really answer that question for you right now. Huh. Product PBV is a basic alkaline powder made to clean stuff. Huh. Wow. That's cool. Dry sift. Yeah, one of these days, guys. I don't have experience in dry sift. I've got friends that if I get over to where they're at when they're dry sifting, they'll definitely, they say that I'm in, and I can, they'll teach me how to do dry sift. I'm very excited to pull some 99% heads with dry sift. I can definitely pull some clean extract with water hash, but I have no real experience in dry sift. I've read up on it a lot. I've watched videos, this and that, but yeah, no real life experience yet. So if you've got really any experience dry sifting, you've got me beat as far as that goes. Just cut 1 of 5 from, Hell yeah, man. Good luck. Good luck with that hash batch. Happy hashing for sure. Oh my gosh. Love your vids, dude. Well, what? I love you, man. Fuck yeah. I try to keep them info-packed. Videos with tips for dry sift would be awesome. Well, tell you what. As soon as I get some real-life experience with dry sift, I can give tips before that, because I do understand a lot about dry sift, and I have bros that I can consult for the shit that I don't understand. So there's that. I can do some basic stuff on dry sift, but before I really go deep on dry sift on this channel, I'm going to get some experience in it. But that will happen within the next year. I'm going to make sure it happens. I got friends that are willing to show me and have the material to let me run. What up, Lee? Yeah, dry sifting for sure. You're going to see it here. And I'm also going to be live streaming here, my Instagram. Hell, if enough of you guys brigade Facebook and follow my page over there, which is just Full Melt Extractions, just like the YouTube channel, then I might start streaming on Facebook sometimes. I just got sick of the Facebook pay-to-play model, is mainly what it was. So, PBW for glassware, right on. Hash Church, what's up, Hash Church? What is up? Any practice making or plans to make a Oh, 100%. That's another thing that, but that I have more access to because, I do run water hash regularly. At least have my own that I could, have an access to and run on at least a semi-regular basis. So Piatella is closer in the future, maybe, than dry sift. Like I said, I wanted this sometime this year. I do want to at least get my feet wet on the dry sift tip, and the same with the Piatella. I'm going to find a harvest at some point this year to be like, okay, this is dedicated to Piatella. So I'm going to do my best version of it and try and do Uncle justice. So. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'm hyped to fucking make the content, bro. I mean, I love it, dude. This is my passion project, I really love doing this. I have, my health issues and stuff like that, so, kept me from doing it super consistent, but I decided this year, I'm not one for New Year's resolutions or anything like that. Honestly, never in the past have I really been that guy, but this year I decided to do so. I decided I was just, okay, I'm going to put full-time work in on the YouTube channel. I've got the opportunity that I can do that, and so I'm doing it. And we'll see where it goes from there. I know I'm really grateful to, because I feel like I've coasted to 1,000 subscribers. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Okay. I feel like I've coasted to 1,000 subscribers. And honestly, I don't want to take that for granted. I feel really lucky because a lot of people put a lot of their heart and soul into a YouTube channel, and for longer and harder than I have with this one. And I know because I was that dude in the past. I've had other YouTube channels, and they don't ever really get any traction with it. So I decided, even after all my infrequent posting, around the beginning of this year, I've hit 1,000 subscribers. It just like sort of shook me out of whatever I was dealing with, and things have been going really good. I'm hoping, and I'm not just hoping. I know from what people are telling me that I'm helping them out, and teaching them some stuff that's being helpful to them. So that's awesome. Yeah, but I'm telling you guys, it's helpful to me too. Even now when I'm not monetized, I don't have a single patron on my Patreon at this moment. If I'm not making money off this, I'm spending money on this, and I'm spending my time on this. But I love every second of it. So and it's good. It's not just helpful to you. Just know that it's helpful to me too. So anyway, let's see what do we got here. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm glad it's educational. I've gotten good at a couple other things in my life and tried to teach people how to do them, and I was an abject failure. It wasn't that I didn't have a grasp on the things. I didn't have a grasp on how to pass that grasp along. So when I decided I wanted to do this with this channel, I had to really think long and hard about it. You're like, okay, I've always kind of told people after those couple experiences, okay, I kind of suck as a teacher. I might be good at this, that, or the other thing, but I kind of suck as a teacher. But there's something about those other things that is different, which is I never had like a knack or kind of a natural, those other things never really clicked with me. I just was bullheaded and forged ahead and learned them, despite the fact that I was not naturally good at them. I never was naturally good at anything in my life until I feel like yes, I'm not discounting, like Bubble Man taught me basically everything I know for the most part. So I'm not discounting him whatsoever. But it just clicked with me in such a way that I just assumed, oh, this is just really simple information. It would just click with anybody. Because I'd never tried to do anything that was really in my wheelhouse and got good at it. Everything I got good at in my life before this was stuff that I had to fight tooth and nail. And this just came so naturally. First time I ever made hash, I was working with fresh frozen, batch went perfect, sieved it perfect, everything went perfect. All thanks, all credit, 100% goes to Bubble Man on that. But, and I just thought, oh man, this stuff's pretty easy, huh? And then actually trying to show people later down the line, I was like, wait, this stuff is not just as easy as it seems to me for everybody else. And that's when I finally realized, hey, I've actually got a knack at this. I'm kind of a natural at this. That's something I never experienced in my life, so I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know how to process that when it actually happened to me. So that's to merge the bunny trail back from where we were going. That's the other major difference between those other things I was trying to teach and this is like, this I truly have a passion for. This I truly click with and understand and understood in kind of a deep way right after receiving just a flood of information about it, it didn't occur to me that that's not going to happen in everyone's case. But yeah, so I think that's the main difference is, I'm intentionally really trying to learn how to be a teacher, but on top of that, it's something I'm truly passionate about that I'm teaching this time. So it's something that truly matters to me. not just, you know, drywall. Who's passionate about finishing drywall? You know, who's okay. I will say I'm somewhat passionate about music, and I've tried to teach people music, and I sucked at teaching that as well. But again, I never really put my whole intentionality in like, okay, how do I teach this? How am I going to transfer this information in the best way? And I've already, another thing that actually always has come natural to me is reading and writing. So I just kind of write out a lot of my stuff. All my scripts, all my videos are scripted and stuff like that. So, you know, and I feel like I can express myself a lot more clearly in that way. Although hopefully I'm fairly clear in expressing myself here on live stream as well. I feel like I am. But, all right, what do we got here? Grow tech for hash. Yeah, hydroponic methods, which that includes like cocoa, you know, is a type of hydroponic method. I grow in deep water culture, and, you know, especially back when I used to grow, I had a basement full back in the day in Spokane, Washington, when I used to live there. And I grew hydro then, and man, the extractions I got across the board off of most of my strains, I would be getting these nice pulls of 120. I'd get a lot of big heads, and I think part of it, I'm sure, maybe the largest part was my strains that I was growing at the time. I just was lucky to have some really good strains, but I think also I kind of had my growing thing down to a good routine, and yeah, and now getting back, I had stopped growing for a couple years and getting back into it. I'm thinking, oh, I'm just gonna slide right back in. Well, I didn't have major issues, but you know, I had my first couple crops just came out suboptimal. Let me just put it that way, and it's been improving, steadily improving. The last crop I really like, and I think part of it is I did end up getting light from a company, and I didn't realize till a year later, because I never bothered getting a par meter to check it, that it was only putting out about 3/4 at full power. So I'm still in talks with that company, so I don't really want to talk about the company right now, but I'm still talking to that company, and I think they're going to actually make that right. But so, yeah, steadily I've been working on getting back into the groove, but again, back off the bunny trail onto the main road. Hydro, at least in some studies that I've been made aware of by, I'm sure you might be familiar with this guy, Dr. Bruce Bugbee. He said that you get up to 20% more aromatics, which is terpenes, right, with hydro, which to me, maybe I was just dialing in my hydro just right. I was getting that extra 20%. And where does those terpenes lie? They're like 99.9% in the cannabis, the trichome heads, right? So that makes your trichome heads more loaded with terpenes, 20% more terpenes than if you didn't grow in that method, you know. Then that might be why I was getting such big heads across the board on my strains and getting so much in my 120. And man, I loved my 120. You can go back and see some Banana OG on my Instagram, where it's just so clear and gorgeous gold hash, not out of a freeze dryer, and there's just no hint of amber to it. It wasn't premature. Like, that resin was just so clear, and it released with so little contaminant. And I miss my Banana OG. I miss my old DNFM cheese. I miss this. I miss that. I miss the other thing. Oh, hold on to your strains. Hand them out to your homies. I'm telling you guys, hand them out to your homies, and you can get them back a lot of the time. If some stuff pops off, something happens. Anyway, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just know that I trust Bruce Bugbee. He seems like a real science-oriented guy. No grow bro bullshit there. And if he says that studies have shown, that's at least an indicator. Just because one or two studies say something, you know, you can't necessarily say this is the way it is forever, but it's an indicator. Like, hey, I was getting these big heads, you know, I was growing the hydroponic method, I had my stuff dialed in. That's what I'm putting it off to. That's not, but again, I always want to make it known when I'm telling you something that's just what I think. Okay, that's just what I think maybe happened. I don't even know for sure. But, you know, that's not me saying, oh, you know, Don't say, "Hey, David said this." No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. Okay. Anyway, I just said that. What I said was that we seem to have an indication. We seem to have an indication that, which is borne out by my personal experience. That sort of thing. When I'm sharing hard and fast facts, I'll tell you, okay, this is the way it is. But if I don't say that specifically, you can probably assume I'm sharing at least what's partially my opinion. So. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. And my recent grows have shown that. Like, I just have not had my stuff nailed down the way I used to. It's not like they've done horribly, but they've not done amazingly, not done like what they used to do. You know, how my stuff used to turn out. So, and I think part of that's that light, but part of it is definitely shaking off the rust, you know, shaking off the rust. Speaking of my coffee, it's getting cold. Okay, I think I want to take a dab to get this live stream sent out. Or whatever. I don't know. That was awkward as fuck, but whatever. To give this live stream a good send-off. That's what I was trying to say. Alrighty then. Goodness. Okay. Let's see here. Well, I do have this. I took a dab of this on the Instagram live stream. Maybe I'll close out with a dab of this. This is interesting. Like I've said on some of my videos, you might be aware of. Sometimes you can get full melt, or okay, that might be going too far. Sometimes you can get damn close to full melt from your 160, and that's pretty much what I've got right here. Let's take a look. I mean, that is second wash, 160 microns. And I'm sorry, I don't have any light here. You just can't see this hash very well, but and even when I shine light on it, then the green screen fucks me up. Okay. But if I actually had decent lighting on this, you'd be like, that's 160? Jeez. But yeah, it's still, I didn't know how it was going to melt. But yeah, on that Instagram stream, I'm getting clear domes off of it. It's definitely I think it's in the high 4-star range. It's not 5-star. It's definitely not 5 to 6, which is what I call full melt, but it's close. Let's give it a shot, shall we? Super tasty. Tastes as good as the last stuff. Wow. Honestly, yeah, that's not 5. That's not 5, but it's a solid 4.5. Be splitting crazy hairs, but like maybe even 4 3/4. I don't know. It's not full melt, but it's frig close. You saw those clear domes. Okay. All right. We're just gonna take the old cleaning method once again. See how much of that we can get off with one piece here. Yeah. Honestly, not that much solid there. That was knocking on the door of 5 stars right there. 160 second wash. little more alcohol here. Just to make, yeah, that's really clean actually. I didn't even need that alcohol, to be honest. All right. Just going to kind of answer the chat after this dab, and then we'll call her a live stream. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, look at that stuff melt. Make sure we're good on the green screen. I almost think up just a smidge more. Okay, we're good. All right. My live feed is a little bit behind, so I'm watching the end of the dab here. Anyway, let's see here. What do we got? Oh, I know, man. Yeah, those long lost strains, man. You can't ever get that genetic back. You might find something approaching that. You might find something that's really close analog to that. But that's the thing about genetics. Just like people, you know, when someone's gone, they're lost, you know. It's unfortunate but true, you know. What was that line off Shakespeare? Taken for all in all. He was a man taken for all in all. I shall not look upon his like again, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway. Hang on, I can't hardly read this. It's there. I gotta turn up the screen a little bit. Yeah, I imagine you would regret adding it. I would regret running it in that temperature, honestly, because I feel like your process is going to start to get slushy. And I've had that happen to me before, and es no bueno is all I got to say about that, you know? Oh, sorry. Sitting here looking at the thing I already read. Okay, guys, 12 of you in here. Holy. All right. We'll shoot. As always, this has been Dave with Full Melt Extractions, reminding you to keep up that passion for the hashing. Happy hashing.